Something strange is happening among Democrats. Quietly, there seems to be an awakening going on. The reason? Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's ineptitude, their pandering, their deceit, their outright lies and confusion is forcing those on the left to see what we have always seen, that Team Biden is bad, and I mean really bad for America. This is Joe Biden today. Again, we get this on the world stage from him.
I apologize. I'm going to get in trouble. But anyway, we'll get back to that. But there's a lot that.
It's painful to watch. It really is. Whatever he is trying to say there, he never got it out. It certainly didn't include comments about China and the growing evidence that the China virus came from the Wuhan lab. And because of Joe Biden's insistence to downplay the now obvious possibility that the virus is man-made, even leftists are getting frustrated with the lack of leadership. This is Jon Stewart, a radical, coming clean with what most people agree is the obvious truth now.
Oh my God! Oh my God! There's been an outbreak of chocolatey goodness near Hershey, Pennsylvania. What do you think happened? Like, oh, I don't know, maybe a steam shovel mated with a cocoa bean. Or it's the chocolate factory. Maybe that's it.
Usually, I'm blasting a guy like Stewart. But now, at least tonight, not so much. Even Jon Stewart is convinced the virus came from the lab. And as funny as his assessment is here, and usually he's not that funny, it's also a stunning revelation coming from someone in Hollywood who hates the America First agenda, hates President Trump, hates all of you. But again, this is a man who has tremendous reach to uninformed Americans who would never tune into a show like this.
The only coronavirus we have is in Wuhan.
Yes.
Where they have a lab called, what's the lab called again, Stephen?
The Wuhan Novel Coronavirus Lab.
I believe that's the case.
And
now,
how long have you worked for Senator Ron Johnson?
Well, Colbert can't believe any of it, right? How could a leftist from Hollywood say the virus came from the lab? Maybe because that's where all the evidence points. See, Colbert doesn't know what to do there, because it's not just Senator Johnson, as he's talking about, but also President Trump, who made the same common sense assessment months and months and months ago. But what Stewart just did is open the eyes of millions of blind liberal zombies who would never consider the fact that President Trump could have been right about all of this. And for the first time, Stewart got all of those blind liberal zombies thinking. And it doesn't stop with Stewart. Left-wing, self-described funny man Bill Maher is calling into question the lunacy of the left. He even called it progressivophobia, described as a brain disorder that strikes liberals. It's got to have Team Biden concerned, because it's clear to me now only Joe Biden's nonsensical bumbling, overreaching restrictions, and all those mandates could have awakened liberals like Stewart and Maher from their trance.
I see people on the street walking outside with a mask on like you moron. I just want to shout at them outside the car. You're a moron.
All right, but Team Biden made mask wearing a political statement. So dopey, uninformed Americans will continue wearing their masks when there is no need to do so, like when they're outside or even vaccinated. But like Jon Stewart, Bill Maher can change the minds of liberals, where a guy like me never will. By no means do I think either of these two Hollywood elites are changing sides. They're not. I only offer up their comments as a sign that the Biden-Harris armor is cracking. Slowly, but it is cracking. Now, all of this doesn't mean that we don't take our message to the liberals. Of course we do, and we can change hearts and minds of some of them. But those that are so delusional, you may never reach them. It's not worth spending your time on them. That's where a guy like Maher and Stewart come in. If they slowly start pushing common sense reasoning, I don't expect it to happen every day at all. But when it does, heck, you never know. Some minds may be changed. Okay, And things could get worse for all of this. Biden is about to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin, a man responsible for an increasing number of cyber crimes and attacks against American companies and institutions. Russian hackers upended our energy infrastructure, and we know the Kremlin tries to play games with our elections. Putin, like a cold-blooded shark, senses American blood in the water, and he is taking advantage of Joe Biden's weakness. 40 years of looking at Joe Biden's foreign policy, you could make the argument that he does have an ability to talk tough, but it is never backed up with tough actions. Right now, Joe Biden needs to make Putin hurt. And until that time, Putin's provocative misdeeds will most certainly continue.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.